What's up, ladies and gents? This is Casey Kid, coming at you with another Destiny video. It's Iron Banner week, but that doesn't mean that you can't go and visit our friendly Gunsmith Banshee, and I would recommend doing that. Everybody's always looking out for that awesome, incredible weapon that you can use. And with Banshee, whenever you rank them up, you're going to get a package, and in that package, aside from strange coins and motes of light, you're going to get a weapon. A guaranteed weapon. You're not going to get a sparrow horn, you're not going to get a sparrow, you're not going to get a shader or an emblem or a ship. You're going to get a weapon, a guaranteed weapon. And maybe it'll be good, and maybe it won't, but at least you'll have a chance. And these bounties are relatively easy to do, so if you enjoy this video, go ahead and smack that like button, and subscribe to the channel. So just something else to keep in mind, the weapons that you get from Banshee, whether it's from leveling him up, or from collecting the Arms Day packages, you can only get from Banshee. You're not going to find these in Legendary Ingram, so if you happen to see these weapons out in the PvE world or in Crucible, this is the only place that you can get them. And doing these bounties is really easy. You get 250 points for each one that you do, and this week there are 4 PvE bounties. It is far easier to do the PvE bounties than the PvP ones because these test weapons are pretty weak, so in PvP they are a little bit tricky to do. What I'm showing actually right now is my route that I use for the sniper rifle this week to kill those fallen enemies. Because a lot of people go up to the same area that I'm at and they shoot the fallen enemy with the sniper rifle, they back up, they wait for him to spawn back in, and they shoot him again, and yes, you can definitely get your 10 kills that way. But this way, you have a chance to get this one extra one down in the cave. Now he might not be there all the time, or it may spawn with 3 dregs, but I find that he's there enough that it makes it worthwhile, especially since by the time you make the run all the way back up to the top, the first enemy is going to be spawned back in, so it makes it pretty easy. Also, whenever I was on my Titan, I was making sure to have Ruin Wings on to get the heavy ammo for the test rocket launcher. So just some little tricks. I did everything this week on the Cosmodrome. For the Hive, I went into the Skywatch and just ran around to shoot them with the pulse rifle, the primary pulse rifle. And with the rocket launcher, I just used the major hive in the beginning of the Cosmodrome. I just spawned them in and out, so it was all pretty easy. We actually have a little bit of a bonus. This hunter, I actually turned in his bounty a week or 2 ago, but I didn't have any other characters that ranked up. So here we go, we get our first little bonus, and he happened to hit rank 5, which means I'm on the Imprecation / First Curse quest with this hunter. I don't know that I'll ever actually do it on him because I already got the first curse once. But let's check out this shotgun that I ended up grabbing for this bounty. And it looks like it is a Strongbow D at 290 light. So whenever I look at this, this does not seem like it's going to be a shotgun that I would want to use in PvP. It has no range. It does have a decent rate of fire though. If this thing happened to have full auto, I'd keep it. I would definitely keep it to run around with in PvE. In PvP though, that range is just far too low. With all the nerfs to shotguns, you really couldn't get by working with this. And wow, they even have a perk on it that would give it even less range. Yeah, no. I think this thing is going to have to turn into legendary marks. So hello Strongbow D, and it was really nice knowing you. So that was our bonus hunter. This is the hunter for this week, and you can tell that it is definitely this week because he has his Iron Banner gear on. So whenever we turn in his package, we end up grabbing a Suros DIS-43. So this is a scout rifle, and I think I actually have one of these. Also, make sure that you pick up your Hake Zeranea D if you happen to like my cool or crap video on the Zeranea D. You've got a chance to do it, pick it up by tonight. So back to the Suros. This scout rifle is pretty decent, it's got nice impact, the rate of fire is okay. Overall, not a bad damage type weapon card for the scout rifle. When I'm looking at it, looks like I've got some hammer forge, so I can really get my range up there. I've got rodeo, which doesn't really do much of anything, and yeah, more range stuff. So unfortunately, this thing doesn't have anything game-breaking on it. I want to actually go to my vault because I'm pretty sure I have my Suros DIS-43 in the vault. And I grabbed mine long ago. I haven't used it in a long time, but it's got a really nice roll. So if you get something like this looks amazing. So I've got my range, I've got full auto, and I've got a lot of stability. So this Suros DIS-43, this version, is pretty amazing. This is pretty amazing. If you get something like this, I would definitely keep it, especially if you like this type of scout rifle. So unfortunately, this other Suros DIS-43, you too are going to turn into legendary marks. It was nice knowing you. It was nice knowing you. Okay, time to jump on the Warlock. We ended up ranking him up as well. We ended up getting all of our characters up, which was pretty nice. Turning in this Banshee package, we ended up nabbing a Herja D. So this is a pulse rifle. I do have a Herja D. My thing with this type of gun is because it's a Hawk-A pulse rifle, it ends up actually shooting a 4th bullet with each trigger pull. And that sounds awesome. The problem is, as far as I can tell, it looks like you do less damage per bullet because you shoot 4. And I understand why. Because if these dealt out the full damage of a normal pulse rifle of this damage profile, the Hawk-A pulse rifles would be so incredibly OP. So OP. So they definitely need to deal out less damage per shot since they're shooting 4 at a time. But because of that, I find that I'm missing too many shots with this type of pulse rifle and dealing less damage per shot. So I don't get as many kills with this as I would with the Nerwin's Mercy. So I typically stay away from these type of pulse rifles. But the cool thing was this one came in at 298 light, which is really high. That's really high and really nice. But unfortunately, you two are going to turn into legendary marks. Now with the Titan, stick around because I want to see you guys vote on the Titan in the comment section below. I want you to vote on the weapon here. So whenever we turn in this package, we end up nabbing an Uffern. And I'm looking for an Uffern. I'm looking for a specific one on my Warlock, one that has luck in the chamber and small bore. The Titan also got his imprecation / first curse bounty because he too hit rank 5. But let's actually take a look at this Uffern. So it doesn't have luck in the chamber. It does not have luck in the chamber. It looks like it's got Firefly and Mulligan. So that combination lends itself a little bit more to PvE. Definitely not as much in PvP. Definitely not as much there. The problem is, even though it does have extended mag, I think I would probably go reinforced barrel there for the extra range. But the problem is that in PvE, hand cannons, oh man, they've still taken such a nerf. Such a nerf with their ammo capacity. Yeah, that is just not a nice thing. But this really isn't a bad PvE type of role. So if you were me, would you keep this weapon? If you would, leave it in the comment section below. If you would dismantle this weapon, leave it in the comment section below. I want to know what your thoughts are on this particular Uffern. So that's what we got for our four Banshee packages that we turned in this week. Hopefully we get to do it again probably in 2 weeks because you can't really rank up in 1 week. Anyway guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, smack that like button. Subscribe to the channel to keep updated on daily Destiny content. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, your Banshee, and I'll see you around in Destiny. Uffern, you're on trial.